What's up guys, how's it going? Welcome back to 365 Days of Fitness. Today I want to talk about back pain, and more specifically I want to talk about what I do every single day to try to get rid of it forever. Sounds good? Alright, let's get right into it. The first thing I do is work on basic stretches. Here I am doing some groin stretches, and then after I do that I move on to stretching my hamstrings. So I hold those stretches for about 20 or 30 seconds. Next I work on a routine that was developed by somebody called Dr. Eric Goodman. He does something called foundations training. And the routine that I've developed is based out of what he's done, and I'll put a link in the description below on the YouTube video that I used as my template. And basically a lot of these moves are things that deal with hamstring stretches, a lot of lower back strengthening, things called good mornings that you're doing to help really strengthen and stabilize your hips and your lower back. And of course, just a lot of general stretching on the leg muscles and your glutes and your hamstrings. So after that routine, which takes, I don't know, about 10 minutes to do, I move on to some Muay Thai moves, and I do push kicks. So I do 50 front push kicks and then 50 rear push kicks. And the reason why I do these kicks is because I really like how it helps me open up my hips. You've probably noticed that a lot of the moves that I work on have to do with targeting my hips. And that's because for me, for my lower back, like my hips are really, really weak, and all the supporting muscles and joints and structures that go into stabilizing my lower back, they're just really weak. And it just comes from like probably a dozen years of sitting at a desk from 12 to 16 hours every single day with, hardly getting up for breaks. So I've done a lot of damage to my lower back and all the supporting muscles, and all of that core strength that I need to build up comes from my hips. After I do my Muay Thai kicks, I head to the mat and I do 3 sets of 50 lower back bridges or sitting back bridges. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but I really like these exercises because they really target the muscles in my lower back and my glutes. So it's a really good active stretch and kind of strengthening exercise. Finally, after finishing up my bridges, I head onto YouTube and do about 30 minutes of yoga. Now, a yoga channel that I really love watching is Yoga with Adriene. She has really great videos on her channel, and she has specifically yoga for back pain. I love doing those videos. I find they really help. They give me a really good stretch, and after I finish them, I feel really great. So I highly recommend you check out her videos. And that's my routine. I do this every single day, and it takes about an hour. When I'm done doing it, I feel quite good. There's hardly any back pain. But of course, when I'm done that, I come here on the computer and I have to do work because of course, you have to pay the bills. And then immediately after standing or sitting for like 2 minutes, the back pain, it starts to creep all the way back in. So what I do to try to counteract that is I set a timer for 25 minutes, and every time it beeps, I make sure to get up and I get on the floor and I do some type of stretch or another type of move or some bridges or some push-ups. Whatever it is, I just have to get up and I have to keep moving. That helps me considerably to keep the pain at bay throughout the day. Now, I wish I could tell you that I've been doing this for a few months and my back pain is gone, but the reality is it's not like that. I mean, the way I think about it is that it's been like 12 years of nonstop damage and abuse to my back, and it would be silly for me to think that after doing this for a month or two that all of a sudden my back pain is going to disappear. It doesn't work that way. It takes time. It takes a lot of time to damage, and it also takes a lot of time to heal. Plus, I mean, if I'm doing this for an hour a day, which is great, but then I'm coming back on the computer and then I'll sit down or stand up or whatever for 4 to 8 hours a day. So it's a very tricky balance. Don't get me wrong, if you're like me and suffer from chronic back pain, I absolutely believe that you can cure your back pain and that you can live the rest of your life pain-free. Absolutely 100% believe that. The only thing is that there's no quick solution. There's no do this stretching for 10 minutes a day and then, boom, your back pain is gonna go away. It can't work that way, especially if you're still doing the thing that is causing your back pain in the first place, right? So for me, I'm sitting on the computer every day. I have to figure out a way to try to limit the amount of time that I'm on my computer or to change my working environment so that I give my back time to rest and recover. It can be a very long process. It can be a difficult process. And believe me, if you have back pain like I do, I understand the frustration, but let's stick with it. Let's keep working out every day. Let's try to strengthen all of our supporting muscles that help us have good posture and a very strong back. And together, I have no doubt in my mind that we will beat this. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you all a healthy back and a healthy anything else that might be bothering you. And of course, I will see you right back here tomorrow for another 365 days of fitness. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense or not, but whatever. I will see you tomorrow.